Hello, and thank you for joining us for this year's Police, Fire, and Recreation and Parks Black History Month celebration. I'm Chief Trey Mayo with the Winston-Salem Fire Department.
And I'm Chief William Penn Jr. with the Winston-Salem Police Department. Each year, our city's public safety agencies, along with the Recreation and Parks Department, recognize the contributions that African Americans have made in the Winston-Salem Fire and Police Departments. Today, we will recognize a few of our personnel, both retired and active, with trailblazing awards.
These honorees have dedicated many years of public service to the community, and it's an honor to celebrate them on this special occasion. Because of the efforts of these trailblazers, other African Americans are able to have successful careers in public safety.
Today, the Winston-Salem Police Department will recognize retired Sergeants Charles Edward McCoy and retired Sergeant Cecilia Y. Singleter.
The Winston-Salem Fire Department will honor retired Captain Marvin James and Battalion Chief Aaron Patrick. In a moment, we will hear from some of our honorees, but first, let's enjoy a musical selection.
Appreciate it.
The Winston-Salem Police Department recognizes retired Sergeant Charles Edward McCoy. Sergeant McCoy, tell me, why did you want to become a police officer?
Well, for one, I wanted to serve the community that I live in, and also be a servant for the city, where young people that look like me can see a positive role model. It was very important. Coming up, I did see a lot of police officers, but I only saw very few that looked like me. And I remember during those early days, there were a couple that I remember. One by the name of Donald Scales, and the other by the name of Jimmy Boyd. They were good people. They were positive role models for the community. And when you see them out, people gravitated toward them. And to me, that meant a lot. So that also showed me that, but the fact that they wore that uniform, people gravitated toward that as well. And they were positive examples for me at that time.
What is the most memorable moment in your career?
Oh, wow. I have many of those, but I would say when I was assigned to work Cleveland Avenue Homes as a 920 unit for the police department, I thoroughly enjoyed that because that gave me the opportunity to help be that bridge for the police department and the community, also to help affect and change the lives of the young people in that community. I was that officer that a lot of times when I come to work, when we walking around the community, the young kids will come up to you. They have questions, they're gonna ask, and I was very approachable. And that's what I wanted to portray as being an officer where that we are approachable. So that if they have questions or if they have any concerns, they won't hesitate to come and talk to us.
What advice would you give someone who is considering a career in law enforcement?
First advice I would probably tell them, think long and hard about it and really make a good decision in deciding to do this job, because being a police officer is about like being on a roller coaster. Sometimes you're up at the top, you get praise for doing a good job, and a lot of times you're at the bottom. And when you're at the bottom, that's when you have to have a strong support system around you. Because if something negative happened where an officer was involved in, then that's when a lot of times those same people in that community that come up and hug you and want to talk to you, now they're saying something against you or saying things that you don't like. And you have to have what we call thick skin, because to know that, for one, they're not talking to you, they're more or less speaking at the uniform that you wear. And most of the people that know you in those communities that you work know what type of officer you are, and you go from there.
How does it feel to be recognized during Black History Month?
Wow, to be honest, I never really thought that I would be honored. I enjoyed serving, but to be honored at this time in my life, oh man, it feels great to me. I didn't tell anybody in my family, except my brother, that it was gonna happen. So to know that the job that I did brought me this honor, oh man, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel real good.
The Winston-Salem Fire Department recognizes Battalion Chief Aaron Patrick. Battalion Chief Aaron Patrick, tell me, why did you want to become a firefighter?
Initially, I was exposed to the GIS administration early on. Really good admin, and they totally influenced me to want to become a fireman. They was able to do some amazing things here, and that's initially why I became a fireman. Later on, I grew and realized it ties into who I am, my purpose, just serving and giving. It's just part of who I am. So the GIS administration was my spark to be here.
What is the most memorable moment in your career?
My most memorable moment in my career would probably be when I had to sit down with Willie Chick Carter. I ran into him on duty. He's one of the first 8 African-American firefighters hired by the city. And he autographed my poster for me and able to give me some words of wisdom, and just being able to sit down with him and tell him thank you for paving the way for me to even be here. That was a real big moment for me to be able to spend some time with him.
What advice would you give to someone who is considering a career in fire service?
Probably the same advice I gave my son. First of all, you belong here, and just know that success here is a process. You can't skip steps in the process. And true success, real success is not about, like, here is not about how high you climb, but it's how many people you can take with you.
How does it feel to be recognized during Black History Month?
It's humbling. I feel like it's not right to even honor me without me honoring some of the people that came before me that made, you know, it's why I'm able to sit here and be honored. It's because of the GIS administration, because of the first aid, because of so many people that just paved the way for me to be here. I have to mention them and reference them and respect them because I couldn't be here if it wasn't for some of the sacrifices made.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like that river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. Now I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown, and somebody keep telling me no, don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. And there've been times that I thought that I could last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Thank you.
The Winston-Salem Police Department recognizes retired Sergeant Cecilia Singleter. Sergeant Singleter, tell me, why did you want to become a police officer?
I became a police officer after being in the identification technician unit, which is now considered as forensics. And I was in that unit, and after being in that unit, I did crime scenes, all types of investigative things that caused me to want to transfer out on the streets. Well, after talking to a lot of the police officers, you know, I used to ask all these questions. Well, how far are you with the case? Do you have any suspects? Do you have this? And they say, God, Singleter, you should ask a lot of questions. Say, why don't you come on out here? You need to join us out here. Oh yeah, it's very important for young people to see people that look like me. And I think that gives them a sense of, hey, if she can do it, then I can do it.
What is the most memorable moment in your career?
Oh, my most memorable moment as a police officer would definitely be when I was assigned to the DARE unit. And For those that don't know what the DARE unit was, this was a drug abuse resistance education unit. And in this unit, I had the honor of teaching kids ways to say no to drugs. And you know, that gave me such a thrill, just being able to talk to these 5th graders, because it was taught to 5th graders. And just being able to interact with them and teach them these things. And then after that program was over, we had a graduation program. These kids, they submitted a essay. From the essay, I had to pick the one that, you know, really touched me. And that would have to be my most memorable experience.
What advice would you give someone who is considering a career in law enforcement?
Think long and hard. This job is not for everyone. Where I made it, you might not. You gotta have communication skills. You gotta be a social worker. You gotta have those skills. You gotta be a quick thinker, because if something's happening over there and you are here, you gotta be able to make that decision to, hey, do I do this? Do I do that? So it's very important that you make a good sound decision as far as if you want to be a police officer. What looks easy isn't easy. It's a tough job. And then, you know, I was able to retire from it. I always thought the Winston-Salem Police Department was the best department. And I've always said, hey, I just thank them for the opportunity to have been a police officer here.
How does it feel to be recognized during Black History Month?
I think it's an honor. I mean, you know, I never thought somebody would be recognizing me because, you know, it's something I do every day. And to me, Black History Month for me is every day, whether somebody is celebrating it or not. You know, I'm out there and I'm just trying to be the best that I can be. Don't want anybody to look at me just because of the color of my skin, but think of me for what I have inside, you know. And I think I'm a good person, and I think I spread that when I was with the Winston-Salem Police Department, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
The Winston-Salem Fire Department recognizes retired Captain Marvin James. Captain James, tell me, why did you want to become a firefighter?
So growing up here in Winston, I knew 3 of the original Black 8 firemen. I knew Chief Irving personally, I knew Rob Greer personally, and I knew Willie Chick Carter personally. Kind of saw those guys monthly. And just the professionalism and the charismatic attitudes that they had, you know, you wanted to pattern yourself after those guys. I didn't know the significance of what they did until I got into the department, but I wanted to kind of pattern after that. It's a profession. I saw them, what they did, and it kind of excited me about it.
What is the most memorable moment in your career?
We had a call one morning, unconscious 43-year-old male, and when we got there, we started CPR. We had to do CPR, we had to shock and do all those things. 4 weeks later, he walked into the station. Everybody had tears. Everybody at the station had tears because we remember who that was laying on the floor that day. And God's intervention and through our hands is why he came through that door.
What advice would you give to someone who is considering a career in fire service?
Coming in, you need to treat it as a profession. You need to learn as much as you can. You're probably going to learn more than you actually need to use, but take it in. You don't know what place that's going to fit in. Take it seriously. It is a profession, and you need to be professional with it. I mean, you need to take every call in a professional manner, every call serious.
How does it feel to be recognized during Black History Month?
You want to bring a tear. I did 31 years physical 31 years here. Love this city, absolutely love this department. Still think I'm a part of the family, still think I'm a part of the department. So being honored is one thing, but during Black History Month, And like I said, I knew some of the original 8. It just brings up another level of honor. I really appreciate it. I don't know who's responsible for calling my name, but I appreciate everyone that I've been involved with, and whoever called my name, I want to thank them personally.
Greetings, my name is Gary Lash, District Recreation Supervisor with the City of Winston-Salem Recreation and Parks Department. Each year, in conjunction with the Public Safety, Fire, and Police Department Black History Month event, we like to show off the activities that we have going on in the City of Winston-Salem Recreation facilities. This year, we'd like to show a montage of the things we got going on. Enjoy. I would like to thank all the citizens of the City of Winston-Salem that participated in our Black History Month events. We appreciate all the things that you have done for us and all the things that you do to make our recreation centers a better place. Please enjoy your Black History Month.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the show.